Nigeria is awash with politics. People are crying that there's hunger in the land, but people are engaged now on the 2027 election process. And just yesterday or today, APC political leaders in the Northwest met and decided to endorse President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as their presidential candidate. Contrary to the expectations that maybe some of the supporters of former President Muhammadu Buhari will not be working with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. With me to discuss this matter this evening is none other than the Honorable Abubakar Chika Adamu, who calls himself a trader now. He was a commissioner in Niger State, a lecturer at one point, and a member of the House of Representatives in the 8th Assembly. Honorable Chika, you're welcome once again.
Thank you very much, Honorable Remande Shaulo. I am honored to be with you again.
Yeah, let me ask you straight. What is your take? Some people will simply tell you that for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 2027 is already a done deal. All the governors of the Southwest, of the South have collapsed. We're hearing rumors of governors of at least one governor from Southwest also going back to the APC, and now the Baba Buhari's group have decided to stay put with him in the APC. What is your take on this?
Well, sometimes when people talk about governors going back to APC or endorsing Tinubu, you see, I find it very childish. Today's Nigeria and even the previous Nigeria, I believe the governors are not the determining factor of the right of the citizens. A governor may have money, which is a public fund, because they steal it and they can put it into politics and they thought they can buy vote. I think that is the highest that can happen. But I think today is beyond that. We have an economy where even the rich also cry. You look at it, to be very fair, Honorable Ramande, me and you, whatever we can achieve through our hard work in the past, if today we don't link up to the government, we can't take anything. So I don't think any governor will determine the direction of which myself and any enlightened person will vote. And even if it is about sharing money, how many of the voters will the governors be able to reach with the public fund and then give them something to vote them? I don't think vote buying will work. To the best of my ability, how I knew democracy, in a particular polling booth, there are people who determine what could happen there. But when you go to every polling booth, take this analysis, find out of the 10 people who probably are able to control a particular polling booth during election, you find out about 70% of them are today down. They don't even have the economic power. They don't have even the respect because they cannot support the people as they used to support them in the past for them to even guide them on voting. So when people talk about even money that the governors will produce, this money will not come from heaven. This money will come through other people. And I don't think that money will be distributed adequately for them to even be able to get the vote. So the issue is the challenges of today is about security. The challenges is about economy. People cannot eat food. So I don't think it is about the governor. But if it is about rigging election, I believe the governors are good to go. They will. And we don't trust anybody. You don't trust the INEC. You don't trust the police. And even the military that are supposed to probably go against what is happening today because the military men are killed in the war front are used in rigging election. So unless if they are going to rig election, I have seen no future for Bola Tinubu in 2027. That is the base of my ability.
Yeah, but okay. Granted that it might be very difficult to vote, but so far it has been easy to vote it has been easy to rig election over the years. Is there any chance that this can be different?
Well, let me tell you one thing about today. Unlike in the past, democracy do not die instantly. Today, democracy usually get over by 1,000 steps. What is happening today is about moving away from the electoral democracy to what I call dictatorial rule. Inside is coming out today. So therefore, what will happen is going to be a sad situation because, as I told you, in the past, democracy died instantly where you have a military coup. But today, it does not die instantly, but it dies by 1,000 steps where at the end of the day in life, or at the end of the day in the life of a country, you will realize that what happened to Sudan, what happened to Somalia, what happened to a lot of countries that I can mention to you today about the dictatorial rule, which those countries move away from electoral democracy. So Nigeria is not going to be different. And I assure you, they may rig the election, but the outcome of rigging the election at this sophisticated period is not going to be good for all of us.
Okay, let's move a little bit to the issue of security that has been so much a topic for discussion, and so far we've had situation where many communities that thought they were safe are no longer safe. Do you think that this insecurity will not affect the elections or just provide the room for them to write election results?
Certainly, the insecurity situation, if you allow me, I can say the government is aware of what is happening, and the government also have a hand in it. Because when there is a massive insecurity, I believe it is easy to rig election because everybody will even be afraid to come out and vote because not knowing what he will meet on the way. Though for today, it has started earlier than expected. The insecurity situation in Nigeria is beyond talking about election. It's about destroying the whole country. That at the end of the day, it's not even going to be having an election, but we are going to have what we call what do they call it? Emergency rule. The president is going to move away from calling for election to an emergency rule, just as he did in Rivers State. So he will declare an emergency rule in the whole country, saying there's going to be no vote because we're in a war, and therefore he will be enjoying the privilege of emergency rule to hide behind it so that election cannot be held. So I think the way we are going and the way the insecurity situation is right now is going to be beyond just using it to rig election, but it's about even not holding election at all in the country. This is where we are going. And because it has started earlier and there is nothing is done to stop it, unfortunately, the corruption within the military is so enormous that military people are now just like politicians. In the past, we see politicians as being very corrupt, but now the military, because when you go around the most beautiful building today, when you see a construction site, it's no longer owned by a politician, it's owned by security officers. So I believe they are accomplices and they have given room for the ordinary soldier to be killed, and the morale is even down. So the insurgents today, I would tell you, they are becoming more stronger because the morale of the military, of the boys at the war front is so low because what is happening in the offices is a very sad development. So I believe I see no election if we continue like this to the next 2 years that the election should hold.
Yeah, Honorable Chika, some people will argue that the problem is not really about what the government wants to do, because there was an alliance that defeated a sitting government in 2015. The problem this time is that the people who are supposed to be opposed to the APC and the president are too self-centered. They are too divided to provide a proper opposition.
Well, I don't think towards that, because this is just the beginning. This is just 2 years to election, 2 years into the new government. And we cannot predict that they are divided. I think it will come to a time where I believe a united front will come to play to challenge Tinubu. And I want to tell you, it is not about even those seeking for the leadership. It's about the citizens. The citizens today, I want to tell you, are not happy with the government. The citizens today have more lower quality life than they used to have in the past. So I don't believe it is the unity of the leadership. But if the citizens will come and vote, go and conduct your survey. Out of 10 people you will have, about 8 people will tell you, I'm not going to vote APC, I'm not going to vote President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So if we can have that in the normal survey, go and find out, send people, let them survey, let them go out, discuss with people on the street, and they will tell you. So either these guys are united. It's not that the people are interested in a particular person, but the people are interested in change. The change we saw, where I saying today, is a fallacy, is a deceit. And therefore, people want a real change. And they have tested this change from Muhammadu Buhari, now testing it with Tinubu, and they find out that it's not going to take us out of the doldrum. And therefore, we need another person to change the change. So I believe the opposition may be in a disarray today, but I want to tell you they will be formidable when the time comes. So whether APC is thinking people are leaving their political party, coming into them, those coming today are having zero political value. Let me give you the recent. Alero and Co., the 3 senators from KB, went back to APC. Now, with who do they go back to the APC? Go and find out. What is the turnout of the people who left PDP and followed them to the APC? So I believe we are going to have a formidable force, just like we did have APC. Another force is coming out. It may not be PDP, it may not be SDP, it may not be ADC, but it may be one of them. But but for PDP, I think it's becoming a dead horse. But I knew another political party will emerge where quite a number of us who are who love Nigeria will join forces and see that we rescue Nigeria, irrespective of whatever political party. When the force come out, I want to tell you, we will not remain where we are, because we feel today where we are is not good enough to sell to the citizens. And therefore, we must find where we can sell the good product, not this dead product.
Yeah, talking about the economic crisis, one minister was saying that, and there's proof that the price of rice, for instance, has fallen, that the prices of foodstuff is coming down in the country. Are you not seeing that could make people change their mind from what you are saying?
I would tell you what brings prices of food to change is 2 things. One, poverty, the people do not have enough income to buy. And then 2, the government allowed importation against local production, that we are trying to see that the local production grow. And I have a shop. There was a time bag of rice reached about 90,000 naira. But as of today, I sold a bag of rice today in my shop. I sold it at 78,000 naira. So the difference is not that remarkable. What was 90,000, and now I'm selling it 78,000. I don't think it's a remarkable change in price that the government could be proud of. And what causes it, I want to tell you, people don't even have money, because when you have money, they said a lot of people sleep hungry. So if there were to be so much money, people will be rushing for this, and look at the market factors, the higher the demand, the higher the price. So, but what I'm trying to say here is that the price is not commensurate to the effort the government thought it has shown in the bringing the prices down. And you can look at it. If the government is interested in bringing the price of food products down, why don't they provide fertilizers at a more cheaper rate than other agricultural products? We shall have seen them coming down. But fertilizer today, the good fertilizer is about 30-something thousand up to today. So how do you expect a local production to allow the price to come down? Though, you see, a lot of people are now selling the product because they are farmers who are going into rainy season. They have no option. They still want to go to the farm, and they have to sell it at any price possible. But as at today, I'm telling you, if we do not bring the price of fertilizer down, then we are not encouraging farming in this country, and we may even not, we'll have a shortfall of our demand in terms of agricultural product, because a lot of people will not farm this year.
Yeah, but government actually did provide fertilizer last year.
They provided fertilizer at what rate? Let me give you an example. Giving fertilizer politically, gathering people by governors saying, we have given you this fertilizer free. How many people are getting the free fertilizer? I don't think those who get this free fertilizer are more than 5% of the total farmers. If the government wants to make the fertilizer available, crash the price so that every person, the big, the small, the medium farmers, will be able to access this fertilizer. But I saw governors launching fertilizer distribution fully. You give PAMSEC, you give directors, you give commissioners, you give your advisors, and there's some political heads or chairman of the ward, chairman of local government. But that is not what is supposed to. We have the real farmers. This fertilizer don't get to them. It only go to political persons who probably are close to the governor one way or the other. So if the government want to do it, and if you ask government today, any state government, tell them to show you their silos where they keep fertilizers, or their stores where they keep and sell fertilizer. Let them show you where I can go, I can buy 50 bags, 100 bags. It's not available. This way is just a normal deceit, political deceit, saying we are sharing fertilizer, but it's creating no impact.
What is the fate of the alliance that is coming up with the traditional areas that don't vote PDP? I don't vote for APC, moving to APC, like the South, and there's only one governor that is remaining in PDP to date who is not committed to going to the APC. That is our colleague in Bayelsa State. All of the South. The whole of the South is becoming an APC zone.
Yeah, you see, it is the governors that are moving, not the people. If you can recall the crisis in Delta State, after the governor and the former governor moved to APC, those who were in the PDP refused to collect APC card. So that is to tell you there's a problem. This is just leadership people were going back to APC to protect their own interest, to protect their cases that is with the EFCC, and probably to protect the looted fund they have, so that the government should not put eyes on them. It is just about the leadership. It's not about the people. And if one is talking about whether a government we were here. Kaduna State was under APC, under the leadership of Malam and Nasiru El-Rufai. The APC lost presidential election. In Sokoto, though it was PDP, they lost. In Kebbi, it was APC, but PDP won Kebbi State. Even in Niger, it was APC. So you find even in Nasarawa, so you realize a lot of states that we are owned and managed by APC governors, the citizens refused to vote APC during the time of Buhari, when President Bola Tinubu is about to be elected. So also we can witness that even in the South, it is the big shot that are going back, that are satisfied because they have their interest to protect. That is why they are in the mass move to go back to APC. But the real people, the citizens who elect, who probably cast their vote, I am sure large number of them are not going to succumb to this plot, and that they will not go and vote APC, irrespective the governors. As I told you, how many governors feed the citizens? How many governors? The governor of Delta State feed the people of Delta State? Did he provide a market where they can go and have subsidized food items? No, he don't do that. So it's a fight. 2027 is a fight between economy in some areas and APC. In some areas, it's a fight between security and APC. So I want to tell you, all this has not been very palatable for us. And the economy is across the country, whether it is south-south, whether it is southwest, whether southeast, whether northwest, northeast, north central. Whether you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, this economy is biting hard on you. And your children don't go to school. Your children don't feed the 3 normal square meals that we're used to. So how do you vote a government that even increase the cost of electricity beyond the reach of the common man? And even the rich man is even being praised that he should subsidize the poor. So, and you can see what is happening today economically. People are moving from the normal electricity supply company to having an independent power company through solar, independent power source through solar in their various houses. Did you think these electricity companies are going to survive next 2 years? No, they can't survive it. So Tinubu, all he's doing is he's going to break Nigeria, kill Nigeria, destroy Nigeria, and they'll crush Nigeria entirely, because if the power generating companies, power distribution companies could not survive, then we don't have a country, because we cannot have production by small and medium companies, and all we can have in our houses, if you don't have power, you will live in virtual darkness for the rest of your life. So I can see, even because of that, I think some of us cannot vote even Tinubu and will not even vote him.
Okay, let's leave it there. We've been speaking the last few minutes with Honorable Abubakar Chika Adamu, a self-styled trader who lives in Kaduna. Thank you very much for your time this evening.
It's my pleasure, and I'm happy to have you, for you having me this night. Thank you.
Thank you very much.